Now available for the first time on Google Play, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are falling apart in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy on Google Play today. One of my viewers sent me a link to a video on the Solo TV 84 channel about this single mother who was interviewed, and this single mother said that while she was attracted to thug types, she was raising her teenage son to be a gentleman and not a simp. And as the author of the book Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, Manginas, They Look Like Men But They Act Like Ladies, and The Misadventures of Captain Save-'em, and The Man Crisis, I listened to that interview and I shook my head, because as someone who has written multiple books on the simp paradigm and the dysfunctional single mother household, like I did in The Man Crisis, when I listened to her make that statement saying that she was raising her son to be a gentleman and not a simp, I just had to shake my head, because when you raise your boy to be a gentleman, you are taking him right down the road to being a simp. Because what makes a boy become a simp is the fact that he is being raised by a single mother. And because the boy is being raised by a single mother, he is learning about women from a female and not learning about women from a male. And when a boy learns about women from a female, he is learning about women as related to women being friends with each other and not learning how to relate to women the way a man does. So this boy is learning this whole gentleman thing because that's the ideal women say that they want, but in actuality, they want something completely different. Because when you listen to the single mother's own words, she sits there and talks about how she's attracted to these thug type guys, and she sits there and talks about how she's attracted to the thug type guy, but in actuality, she's sitting there raising her boy to be something completely different. And when they go out here and they raise their boy to be one of these so-called gentlemen, what they do is set that boy down a road to becoming a simp. And the reason why your gentleman is a simp is because this is not because of his manners, it's because he learns from day one to put women first. And when a man learns to put women first, what women do is put that man dead last. Because most women out here are looking for a man who is going to be a leader, and they're looking for a man who is going to be able to take charge of himself, have enough confidence to carry himself in a way that shows that he's willing to lead himself, and someone who has the confidence to go out here and be a man and stand up like a man. They're not looking for some man who goes out of his way to defer to her, acquiesce to her, and give her whatever she wants. No, most women are looking for a man who is going to take charge, be a leader, and go out here and set goals for himself, because they know that that man who is a leader, that's a man they can trust to be able to lead them and be able to provide and protect for them. And that's not something your gentleman knows how to do, because while your gentleman, like your Elliot Rodger, the supreme gentleman, had great manners, oftentimes your gentleman just doesn't know how to do much as related to relationships, and he doesn't have good social skills, and he just doesn't know how to read body language. Oftentimes, your gentleman, he doesn't know much about women because he has not had any sort of man to teach him about women. And because he's getting all of his information about women from women, he is learning how to have a relationship with a woman from a woman, and that's why women see him as a friend and not someone they are sexually attracted to. Moreover, when he's out here and he's grown up in this single mother household, he radiates feminine energy, and that feminine energy makes it where he repels most healthy women, and the only women who are attracted to him are these female predators who are looking for somebody to take advantage of. And from what this single mother said in her interview, it looks like the boy is on the road to being taken advantage of by female predators, because the boy went out of his way to buy this girl some $112 Champion outfit. And when you have boys buying girls expensive outfits, he's well on the road to becoming a simp. Because any man out here knows that you don't have to buy any woman anything to get her to attention or to even be involved with that woman. If that woman wants to be with you, she will want to be with you whether you have no money or whether you have $1 million, because she is attracted to you and not what you have. And what this boy is learning early on is what a lot of guys learned when I was growing up in the late 80s. They're thinking that they can buy this woman's affection, but in actuality what's happening is he is being targeted by a female predator who is going out here getting him to buy her clothes, and then what she's going to do is take that outfit, wear it with one of the guys she actually likes, and then talk bad about this dude. So this young man is being miseducated by his mother, who believes that she can raise a boy to be a man. And it's clear from that interview that this woman was not capable of raising a boy to be a man, just like many single mothers just aren't capable of raising a boy to be a man, because only a man can teach a boy the male life skills he needs to go out into the world and navigate numerous situations out here that men have to encounter in their everyday life. And only a man can teach a boy the survival skills he needs to go out here and navigate those situations in the world and be able to come out of them where he can survive to the next day. Because only a man knows these type of things, because a man has lived these things and he's been in these situations. So he is the only one who can teach that boy, because he has experienced these things and he understands what these situations are and what a man needs to do in order to get out of those situations alive and able, in order to go out here and live the next day and be able to make a living the next day. So only a man can teach these type of skills, but you have many of these single mothers out here, like the one in this video, believing that she can raise a boy to be a man, buying into this feminist Kool-Aid, which tells them men and women are equal. But when I read my Bible, it tells me that men and women have different skills, different roles, and they are while they are the same species, are completely different creatures. So what a woman cannot teach a boy to be a man. So you have this boy who sadly is on a road to becoming a simp, and this mother is sitting there again telling us all she's going to raise this boy to be a gentleman, but a gentleman is just another simp. I mean, if you look at the so-called supreme gentleman Elliot Rodger, you will see what happens when a single mother raises a boy to be a gentleman. And what you had with Elliot Rodger was a man who was all about his so-called manners, but was so effeminate that he just didn't see that it was his feminine energy that was repelling women from him. Moreover, this same supreme gentleman had a lot of anger inside of him and a lot of rage, because oftentimes your so-called gentleman isn't very gentle at all on the inside. Yes, on the outside he has all of these great manners and is very polite and friendly, but on the inside he is boiling and simmering in rage, because when he goes out into the world and has to experience reality, he finds out that everything that his mother told him was a lie. And because he finds out everything that his mother told him was a lie, this is what turns your simp into a ticking time bomb. And if he even gets involved with a woman, what he does is he's going to either become one of these hyper-masculine thugs, or he's going to become one of these ticking time bomb nice guys who eventually is going to explode in a rage, and that in that rage he's going to participate in a spectrum of violent behaviors. If there is no man to get involved with this boy before it's too late and teach him actual male life skills, actual male survival skills, and actually teach him that the world is completely different for men than it is from women, then what's going to happen is this boy is going to head down the road of becoming a simp, and he's going to be taken advantage of by female predators. He is going to wind up having his life fall completely apart, and he's eventually going to self-destruct like many of these men out here who have been raised by single mothers and raised by female authority figures, because only a man, again, can teach a boy to be a man, because only a man knows what a man needs in order to survive in the world, because he's the only one who has experienced those things. So when I looked at this video, it was just really sad to see this woman sitting there thinking she can raise this boy to be this gentleman, but she doesn't understand that her own actions contradict her words, because she's saying she's attracted to one type of guy, and I talked about this in my book, Manginas. They look like men, but they act like ladies. A lot of the mothers will raise their boys to be this ideal man, but the whole thing is most of the women of his generation just aren't attracted to that ideal. And what she wants to do is create this ideal man that's right for her in her older age, but isn't creating a man who can go out here and function as a younger man who would be out here doing things. And that man is not sexually attractive to any woman, because women look at that man and go, that's just another woman, because he's been raised by a woman and has none of the masculine energy that makes him appear sexually attractive as a man. So they mess up these boys in these single parent homes, and they think that by making him this gentleman, they will make this so-called good man that women are attracted to, but all they're doing is making another mangina or another woman that women want to be friends with and predatory females want to take advantage of. The only way, again, a boy learns how to be a man is in a household with a father and in an environment where he's surrounded by other male figures who can mentor him in male life skills, male survival skills, male social skills, and give him the masculine energy that will allow him to be a balanced and healthy man. If you want to learn more about how to raise a boy to be a man and get male life skills, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping: Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. That book will teach a boy the things that he needs to do in order to not be a simp. And I urge you to get that for your boy as young as 12 years old, because that's going to teach him the life skills he needs to be able to interact with women. You can get The Man Crisis, which goes in depth on why so many boys are malfunctioning and falling apart here in America due to being raised in single-parent homes. Manginas, they look like men, but they act like ladies. And The Misadventures of Captain Save-'em, which will help boys identify all of the female predators out there so that they won't get taken advantage of. All of those books are available on Amazon.com in Kindle formats, and several like Stop Simping, The Man Crisis, and Stop Simping in the Workplace, which is also good for young men to learn about how to interact on the job. They're all available in paperback, And you can get all those books on Amazon.com. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.